Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language.
But I've
Shut your mouth and let me talk to you for a minute.
No.
You won't. You keep cutting me off.
No. I don't expect you to back me up anymore.
Don't you dare point your finger at me.
I've been here day long, in and out, for all these years.
No. You stay
I've
and
done
talk.
listening to you.
You stay and talk.
No. I'm not going to, because you're not listening.
You're not listening to me.
And I'm not going to.
Okay, so we're done?
Goodbye.
You. Shut it off.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast that is live today. Well, not live.
Well,
like we're
you're
here.
live from Coyote Pass. I'm live from the cul-de-sac. We're reporting in, Amy.
I am live from Coyote Pass. As you can see, behind me is the pond that is empty,
Yes,
the
you can see
drainage
it.
ditch.
Yeah, it's not a pond. No,
Mhm.
no. We can see. Let's see. I think. Nope. Nope. That
So
house is
Amanda's
Mary's, I think.
Amanda's coming to you live from the Browns cul-de-sac in Vegas.
Yes.
And guys, apologies up front. Amanda's microphone broke. So we are recording through her AirPods. So if it sounds a little tinny, we'll have that fixed for you next time.
For sure.
And
this is also our first adventure with this recording situation. So lots of things can happen.
And I love it because today is a monumental day because we are launching our rewatch. Amanda, how did it feel to go back and watch this episode?
First of all, Kody was a happy human. He looked nice and happy, which we haven't seen him look like for a really long time. Like he had life in his face.
He had a zest for life.
He did have a zest for life, for sure. Let's see. Christine, I understand that it was a complete shock to Kody that she was unhappy in their marriage. And I can see where that would be a shock because 18 seasons ago, we were talking about it. So, that's new information.
Yes.
They definitely made their lives look a lot better than I think they actually were. They made the harmony of the women look stronger than it was.
100%. Except Christine, very vocal right from the beginning. This sucks. I'm not happy. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
This is terrible. Right from the start. Not I don't want to be here, but like Robin, no. Danger Will Robinson. No. Current references only.
When Mary and Janelle were both like, I felt like we needed a mix-up. She's like, no.
No,
Status
quo. Status quo.
Yeah. And I will say, God, I hate to say nice things about Robin, but she was really pretty back then.
I know she was.
She was really pretty. Truly's fairy godmother.
She looks like, look at her now, and it's like Kody has just sucked the life from her. Her life force has been drained. It's completely gone.
Does the Cylon need the life force?
Oh, the Cylon. Oh, okay, guys. If you didn't hear our episode of David and Christine's wedding, I talked about my new theory is that Kody is a Cylon a la Battlestar Galactica. And that now you're putting the puzzle pieces together. He has drained the life force from Robin.
Yeah.
And until he hit a certain percentage that he had then he could
power
be
up.
A fully formed Cylon.
Got it. That makes sense.
Either that or do you think he's trying to manipulate us with an amulet?
Oh, that Heart of the Ocean shit could be playing games on us. We don't know.
Like I could be manipulated with
David Yurman, Amy.
I could be manipulated with cake. Can I be manipulated with an amulet? Probably.
Sure. Why not? It could happen to the best of us.
I think if there's one thing people have learned about me, it's I'm easily manipulated.
Yes, you are. Which is why you cannot be left alone to either online date or be near a cult.
No. Speaking of online dating, I did talk to Sidian. and Tasha from Seeking Sister Wife. I have to edit that interview. It was really interesting and really fun. We had a really good time.
How much did you flirt with him? Be honest.
A little bit. And his guitar was
Okay.
sitting in the background, and I started asking him, like, "Oh, what songs do you like to play?" And, like, he's written Tasha love poems, like,
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay.
So, anyway, that'll be coming at you guys. I know you're on the edge of your seat waiting for that one. In
I
other
am on the
news
edge of my seat waiting for this.
in other news, Elton John won the EGOT.
I know. I was so psyched we had another EGOT last night. Tim Gibbons, you're
The
next.
monkey.
To be fair, he's been around a little longer than Puddle Monkey. Not a lot, a little.
To be fair, his work is on a different plane than Puddle Monkey's. But,
Different genre. It's a different genre. They can't be compared.
Well, now that I know that you could win, is it a Grammy that you could win for spoken word poetry?
Spoken word.
We all know it needs to happen. That's my jam, spoken word. I've
Yeah,
performed
you're
it.
ready
I
for
love
this.
it. That's my jam. I mean, I could definitely embody like Kody and do some spoken word poetry to like repeat offender. That would be a great number.
That would be.
Although I feel like repeat offender might be like a Greased Lightning number from Grease, like that kind of thing.
I think it's Sacred Loneliness is the spoken word.
Oh, maybe. Oh, that's a good one.
It has to be a serious, deep moment in the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Are you ready to talk about this?
I am. I'm so excited.
And then at the end, I have a little surprise for you.
I know you've been teasing me with this for weeks, and I'm ready. Okay.
Let's just warm up a little bit, shall we? Shall we do a little warm up? Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language.
But I've
Shut your mouth and let me talk to you for a minute.
No.
You won't. You keep cutting me off.
No. I don't expect you to back me up anymore.
Don't you dare point your finger at me.
I've been here.
In here.
Day long, in and out, for all these years.
No, you stay
I've
and
done
talk.
listening to you.
You stay and talk.
No, I'm not going to, because you're not listening.
You're not listening to me.
And I'm not going to.
Okay, so we're done.
Goodbye.
You. Shut it off.
Brilliant.
Every time I hear it, I'm like, day long, in and out for all these years.
So today we're talking,
I don't know what
guys.
it means, but
yeah, I don't know what it means. He doesn't know what it means. You know what it was, and
He's
I've
just
said
angry.
this. I said this when it happened. It's the gobbledygook you say when you're real pissed off.
yeah, he's just real pissed, and words are just spewing out of his face. He has no control of them at that point.
So we're going to be talking season 1, episode 1, Meet Kody and the Wives, and this originally aired September 26, 2010. What were you doing in 2010, Amanda?
September 26th.
Day after my birthday.
I was a newlywed, my second marriage.
Okay.
So I'd recently gotten back from Ireland a couple weeks beforehand.
Lovely.
I was probably just hitting the point where I was like, oh, fuck, I'm in a terrible marriage, but I'm in my second marriage. So we're going to just stick this out for the rest of my life.
Like Brennan on Married at First Sight, divorce is not an option.
It wasn't until it was.
I'll just stay miserable for the rest of my life because that's the plan.
Because I will not be 40 and divorced is really what it boiled down to.
Right. I
worked out
was,
well.
let me think. My girls were almost 4.
Okay.
And I had just turned, oh God, math, 34? Yeah, that's about right. 34.
Yeah, 34.
The day before.
I was 37, so yeah.
Oh, I think I was, you know where I was? I was in my MFA program. It was one of the happiest times of my life.
Oh, yay.
And then Kody came along. Because I did watch this from the beginning.
Oh, I did as well. As soon as I saw there was something called Sister Wives about polygamy, I'm
into it. I'm into it.
Because I was watching TLC back then for shit like Trading Spaces and stuff.
Oh, me too. Baby Story. Yeah. I was watching that bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, just a quick note that we are going to be referring to Mary and Kody's child as Leon throughout the entire rewatch. So just putting that out there. And also, these are only half-hour episodes, which is lovely.
Well, the first one's an hour. Well, 43 minutes,
It
but
was
then going
43
forward, it's
minutes.
half an hour.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
It's so
Okay.
weird, this show. Like, some seasons it's an hour, some seasons it's a half an hour.
How dare
like-
you question Puddle Monkey's decision making?
I'm sorry.
Tim Gibbons takes the sacred text
And brings it to us as we need to hear it.
It speaks to him. And then he
Mm-hmm.
is the Joseph Smith of the tablets. He finds the tablets.
So does that make Kody the Brigham Young? Because Brigham Young was not a nice dude.
Yes. There we
Okay.
go.
It's all going on. So
Okay.
let us begin.
Mm-hmm. So Kody has 3 awesome wives, he tells us, and 12 wonderful children. And he's
Mhm.
not the polygamist you see on TV or that you think about. He is awesomer. Okay. He's
really
driving
worried
down the
about
highway.
his-
Amanda, when you hear driving down the highway, what do you do?
Driving down the highway. Yep. Every time.
Matt and Jake.
And it's the Lexus. We're in the Lexus.
It's the Lexus that Ace and Caitlin now own.
Mhm.
Can't wait to
We're
see
gonna
it
get
in
the ride in.
person. Yes. So he's driving down the highway in the Lexus and he tells us he loves marriage so much that he's a repeat offender. And I do think we need like a greased lightning number here with him and Brian Cowell and Nathan, like all of them, like dun, dun, dun,
a lot of
dun.
manosphere.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I wrote that the kids are so cute.
Yes. Oh God, these babies are so goddamn cute. And trying to figure out who all of them are.
I know, I can't. They look like the
I think I
Plath
got
children.
it. They do. It's a bunch of little toe-headed children running around town.
Mm-hmm.
So cute. Oh my
So
God.
he doesn't like to use an order, but Janelle is wife number 2. He greets
Kody. I don't like to do this, so I'm going to do exactly the thing I just told you I don't like to do.
Yep. He greets Mary. He greets Leon. We meet Christine. She's pregnant with little Truly, my godchild. I can't wait for her to come onto this earth and be she wouldn't be a heavenly being. She'd be a physical being.
She's a physical being, but she's a light from heaven. She's something that God has given us that we do not deserve.
Says 2 atheists.
Yeah.
Of course. My atheism is paused when it comes to the creation of Truly Grace Brown.
Of course.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I just put it aside.
Sense.
So we get the origin story of this family, and Kody tells us, like, I just kept falling in love over and over and over again. Love. I love these women so much.
Isn't it really clear, Amy, how he's just phoning it in? He doesn't like these women. He's
it's so performative.
Kind of turned off by them, in fact.
Yeah, I saw him gagging in the bathroom. Mm-hmm.
It's hard for him to get through those times.
So we get into the kids and the layout of the house. We see the layout of the house. Janelle says the house was built by a polygamist, so that's why they bought it, because it worked for their needs. They were married before any of the kids were born, which is unusual in polygamy.
It is unusual, which is why I think these guys worked so well until they didn't.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids were all raised as siblings. We know this. And the family has dinner 3 nights a week. Dinner, family, everyone.
All of them. Jesus Christ.
So I'm guessing they do what? Dinner at Mary's, dinner at Janelle's, dinner at Mary's again, because nobody's going in the basement for dinner.
No, I don't know where they would serve it. My guess is at Janelle's house, and the reason I think that is when they showed the configuration of the house, she has the biggest section by far.
Well, because does she have the most kids at this point? Yes.
She does have the most kids. She has 6. Christine has 5. Look at that. And Mary just obviously has Leon, and Mary has almost as large of a space as Christine.
Yeah.
Were I to reconfigure this house in some level of fairness, Mary would actually be in the basement because that's the smaller apartment.
Oh my God. You know that would never happen.
Oh, of course it would never happen.
No,
but that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. I do agree with that. I agree. So the kids were all raised as siblings. They have dinner. Okay, now we see them praying. And I love how Kody, they all get down to pray. And Cody's like, Logan, pray. Here we go. The beginning of Logan's parentification.
Oh my God. I mean, I knew Logan did everything. The amount of
Mhm.
stuff Logan really did is incredible for a 15-year-old boy. I live with a 15-year-old boy. This is not what's normal.
I live with two 17-year-old girls, as we all know. And today
Mhm.
I'm like, there's like an inch or two of snow on the ground. And I'm like, how much do I have to pay them to get them to shovel just the front sidewalk? $50? $30?
Oh, yeah.
What's it gonna cost
We're
me?
not doing anything without
Yeah.
compensation.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just because you live in a house doesn't mean you need to, be a part of it and
Yeah. Yeah.
responsible. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna be coughing still, even though we're on video. Now you're just gonna get to see it. So
Awesome.
normally I mute and you don't know it's happening. It's happening. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So we learned that they are a fundamentalist Mormon family, not an LDS or Mormon family. They quit practicing polygamy 120 years ago. And Kody says there's a big difference.
Mhm.
Okay. Kody grew up
Interesting.
in.
I don't know if they ever remember. I don't remember. I don't know if they ever mentioned the name of their actual church. I don't
Well,
think they do.
I did a little deep dive into it, so stay tuned at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I know you know,
I mean,
but
I know
some
what it
people
is,
might
but
not know. Right. Okay.
yeah.
So Kody grew up in Wyoming, and his dad, Wynn, converted to the faith when he was 20, when Kody was 20. And he started going to church and he met Mary, and he calls Mary the bait.
He is identifying her as Ghislaine Maxwell right from the jump. It's a little weird.
Did you ever play the original Nintendo Zelda?
No, I've never played Zelda.
Mm. What?
I've never
What?
played Zelda.
Oh my God,
I've never
Zelda's
played
so
Zelda.
fantastic. Okay. Legend of
There is
Zelda.
Zelda in my home, but okay.
Mhm.
I've never
Legend
played
of
it.
Zelda, you could buy the little bait and it's just like a little pork chop. And that's what I think of when I think of Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You
Just a
just
little
put that
pork chop.
bait out. And everybody comes and eats it and you kill them. Okay.
Awesome. That's just like
So,
Mary.
so Mary grew up in polygamy. Her dad had 5 wives and he and Kody discussed it often. Now, I will say, I know you know a lot of this because you've done a rewatch recently. I have not since
Okay.
I saw it. So I
Forever.
was like, "Oh my God, I forgot that Mary grew up in polygamy. I just forgot about
Mhm.
it."
I would
So,
love more of the origin story of Wynn converting to this faith. Did
well,
he just want to bang someone else too? Is that really what it boiled down to, do you think?
this is how it happens, Amanda. You're wandering about your day. You're starting a podcast, you're covering sister wives, everything's normal. And then one day, on Instagram, you get a message from a guy named Sidian and you're interviewing him. And the next thing you know, you are
You're a sister
47
wife.
years old becoming a sister wife.
Is it happening?
That's how it
Is it
happens.
happening?
That's how it happens. I don't know, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's an
Cool.
example.
Cool.
That's an example of what can
That
happen.
could be how it would happen.
That could be how it would happen. Yes. Okay. So Cody's in advertising sales and he has a flexible schedule. And I will say I was in advertising sales for a long time, and as is my other co-host Stephanie. And they
Mhm.
do have a super flexible schedule, especially around this. Oh no, this is 2010. I was gonna say like early aughts, like they didn't give a shit what you were doing. You were just on
Okay.
the road all the time,
As long
getting
as you made
sales.
sales, no one paid attention to what you were
Right.
doing.
I think
Okay.
now it's changed a bit and they have like some
Mhm.
GPS stuff going on and stupid bullshit.
Yeah, they
So,
can figure out where you are in the world now.
but in the back in its heyday, this was a way to have a very flexible career and be able to get away with
Okay.
a lot of shit. Like you could 100% be a Costco when you were supposed to be working.
You could be talking to them about advertising.
You could be. You could be. All right. So he says that it's been very difficult to find an employer that's not understanding of his lifestyle. Then we get some pliglet talk, like how they talk about the kids and they call them pliglets, and there's this whole
Mhm.
thing. On the couch, Mary says, I don't care if any of the kids live polygamy or have no religion at all, as long as they're doing what they want and not following someone else. And I just have a note here. Isn't your entire family structure built around the concept that Kody's the leader and you're doing something that somebody else wants?
Yeah, there's a lot of cognitive dissonance in this family. What they say and what they do are very different things.
Yeah.
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 It's the three things that they talk about. It's like how people see you, how you see yourself, like all of that. It's very different for them. They're not aligned. Yeah.
Mary, here's my theory. Mary especially, and Janelle to some extent, I think that they have more autonomy than they do.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't have a lot of it.
No, Kody would rein them back in a heartbeat if he wasn't into what they were doing.
100%. Christine kind of knows the score. She knows she's not autonomous at all. She understands this.
No, and it's interesting because Mary and Christine are the ones who grew up in polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're more used to what this structure looks like than Janelle. Janelle's coming into this later, as is Kody.
Mm-hmm.
So the two of them are kind of making it up as they go along. But Christine and Mary have a sense of what this looks like. Mary has real first wife energy. She always has.
Mm-hmm.
Christine understands her place as the third wife. It's just really interesting to see how they've all fallen into this.
Yeah. Mary is no, what was the first wife on Big Love? Barb. Mary's no Barb.
Mm-mm. No, she's not. No. She's not nearly as together as Barb was.
No. So Janelle says, as long as these kids are productive members of society, that's our goal. And she's telling the girls, we see her at the counter, and she's telling the girls that they need to go to college before getting married. And this is something you and I've talked about a lot. Like, we do give kudos to this family for making sure all of their kids had an education.
I mean,
Maddie says
school education, but good.
Maddie says she's going to beauty school. Did she go to beauty school ever? No.
She went to Utah State for like a year and a half, and then Caleb.
And I just wrote, imagine a camera on me at like 14 years old. I would be saying some stupid shit like, I'm going to marry Brett Michaels. That would be me. I would be deep in my quest to marry Tommy Lee at 14. And, I want to be like, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I wanted to be a gas station attendant when I was a little kid. I thought it was the coolest job on earth, putting gas in cars. So put a camera on young Amy, and I'm telling people I'm going to marry Tommy Lee and I'm going to pump gas.
I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a little kid.
Okay, well, see, you aimed a lot higher.
Then math happened, and that was the end of that dream for me. You have to be good at math to be an astronaut. It's just one of those things, and I am not.
Math.
I know.
Math is everyone's enemy. So on the couch, Janelle says she wants the kids to love whomever they choose, and Kody butts in with, I believe in marrying for love. Do you? Because that's not what you're saying now.
Apparently you didn't love these women.
Yeah.
Which is it, sir?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, he is just rewriting history to support his narrative. His current
100%.
belief.
100%. Yeah. So Kody says 3 nights a week he is away from the house with the wife. It might be a short drive or, going to a movie or something. But now he keeps a record to make sure that everything is fair and square and I'm like, holy shit. He's like, sooner or later, someone is going to complain that they're not getting a fair shake. I couldn't have written this script any better, Amanda.
I would pay money for this log. I would pay less money for it than I would for the text exchange, but I would pay money for this log, and I want to know the date he stopped with this log.
What date did he marry Robin?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. As soon as she moved into the area is when when he married her, because he couldn't spend the night at her house before.
Right.
100% sure they were banging before they got married, though.
Yeah. So, do you think it's like Sarper's Notebook?
Oh, wow. With just X's?
Like, do you think Mary's an X, Christine is an O, Janelle's a dash?
Maybe. Mm-hmm. So it just looks like some hieroglyphics. No, if someone came upon it, they would not know what it means.
It's a secret
he knows
language.
What it means.
Mm-hmm. And Robin is a peach.
Which works with the Cylon. He
Do you
has
think
his
it's just
Cylon
binary,
language.
ones and zeros?
It might be. It might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That
Mary
would make sense.
says, we like having the freedom of having every third night free. And I was thinking, that would kind of be nice. I'm sure my husband could use a break from me every third night.
There are some things about this life that are not bad.
I have always said I think I could live this life. If it wasn't for the crushing misogyny of it all, I think I could be part of it. Like when I
Other
think,
than the crushing misogyny you're in.
like when
Yeah,
I
that makes
think
sense.
about so maybe not now because my girls are 17, but when they were like 13,
Okay.
could I have dealt with Timmy bringing in like a 25-year-old who would clean up the house and run the kids everywhere? Oh wait, that would just be a maid.
Yeah, just get a
Now
maid.
I'm giving Timmy a bang maid.
Yes, you're giving Timmy the quintessential bang maid. I mean, you could find her on 90 Day Fiance. Now you'd
Yes.
have to pull a Danielle Merrifield,
Yes.
divorce him, so we could bring bang maid over on a K1. It's happening.
You know what it is? Everybody needs a teenager, like an older teenager, like an 18, 19-year-old to just live with them. Nobody's paying to just live with
So
them.
what
You
you're
pay them
saying is
like a nanny.
you need an au pair.
Yeah, or a nanny.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get an au pair. The husband almost always bangs the au pair on TV when one shows up.
Isn't that what Jude Law did?
I believe so. Peter Campbell
Mm.
on Mad Men they didn't have one bang the neighbor's au pair.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's real bad.
I remember Jude Law banging the nanny, I think.
The nanny, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a shame he's real pretty.
So Christine says she gets crazy about not having enough date nights. Like, forget it. She needs that Kody up in her life, up in her face all the time. Starting
God,
to
she was
question
so
Christine's
into him.
sanity here.
She was so into him. I don't understand.
She was so into him, but where is it coming from? Is it coming from a place of like low self-esteem? I don't know.
I think so.
Oh,
I think
he's
so.
so fucking gross.
I
Christine
know.
says they do have sex and they all laugh. They're all on the couch. And this is
We do.
the
there's
this
like
is
12 children, so of course we do.
this is the famous where Mary says, "We don't go weird." This is her thing all the time. Like, I'm not banging Janelle, I'm not banging Christine.
Right. We don't
Okay.
go weird.
Kody is
No one thought that, Mary, but thanks for sharing.
there's this real, and I've seen this happen in real life. Cody's obsessed with the pregnant belly. Like somehow,
Oh yeah.
his sperm created that, and so like it's a sign of his manliness. It's gross.
The amount of puffing up he gets from the number of children he has,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that he counts Dayton, Rora, Brianna in that list. I'm like, sir, none of your DNA is involved in this.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
If he could have knocked up more women, he would have.
Oh, 100%.
What if Kody has a breeding fetish?
Oh. Oh. I was just thinking we could go real dark in like an X-Files episode where he's just keeping women on a farm of some kind. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Bunch of brood mares out there.
No.
Amy, what
No.
you're beginning to describe is the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my God.
And
Yes,
Kody
it
is a
is.
commander.
Yes, it is. Kody would 150% be a commander.
Oh, 100. Yeah.
He would be signing all that legislation to take away those women's rights. 100%.
You offer Gilead to Kody, he is in.
And he'd be all chubbed up while doing it.
1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm. So Kody says, you're probably wondering where I sleep. Well, I just rotate on a schedule. And you see him like running. He's always running, running like Kody does. He's always running around the house.
I know.
And Mary says it's important that Kody and his wives get along because when he's not getting along with them, he gets ornery with her. And I love the word ornery.
Ornery is another great word that goes on our list. I really need to start writing these down.
My Graham used to say ornery all the time. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So she says she needs to have a good relationship and sex is a part of that. And then Christine says, well, you better be banging. Huh? That's what you're there for. So now there's a big announcement, and poor Leon is getting woken up at 5:50 a.m. for school. And this is I wish I had a sound for this, but I don't. This is going to be my soapbox of the episode is why
Okay.
do kids start school so fucking early in this country?
I don't know.
It's
I
ridiculous.
don't know.
Nowhere else on earth do kids get up and are standing at a bus stop at 6:15 in the morning in the dead of winter. It is fucking ridiculous.
Stood on many of them.
Yep, there is
6.
so much science,
Yeah.
there is so much research that shows test scores improve, school performance, less anxiety, less depression when teenagers get adequate amounts of sleep. This is ridiculous. And
Mhm. Mhm.
coming back down, coming back down.
Okay.
Okay.
What time do your girls get up?
My girls are gone by 6:45, 7, something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I stopped getting up with them. How about that?
My mom didn't get up with me when I was their age. I used to actually wake my mom up as I was leaving for school.
That's what they do. Bye, we're leaving.
In middle school and high school, I woke my mom up.
Not middle school, but I will say this. I can remember my mom always had to wake me up, always.
Mm, yeah.
And these kids, I woke them up in elementary school. That was it.
Mhm.
I'm really lucky with that.
Yeah, no, I was setting an alarm real early in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's now a big announcement. Like I said, Leon's getting woken up. Leon is 14, and we get a new intro now to Mary. So we get like a more in-depth intro with Mary.
Yeah, I
Cody's
like how they
sister.
did this.
I did too. Puddle Monkey
Yeah.
knows what they're doing, Amanda.
It's step 1 on the EGOT. I know. I why I even question them is beyond me.
Stop. So
Okay.
Cody's sister introduced them. They courted for 6 months. Mary, as we just talked about, was raised in polygamy. She knew right away that they would take more wives. Like this is something that she had up her sleeve from the very beginning. And
Right.
Mary says she expected to have a bunch of kids and that hasn't happened. And that makes me feel really, really bad for Mary.
I know. From day 1, we're talking about the fact that she couldn't have more babies.
I know, especially she's so deep in a culture that just rewards fertility and values fertility over all else.
And the fact that her sister wives are just churning out baby after baby after
Yep.
baby.
Yep. Like
Sad.
I know that Mary's a terrible person, but you
Mhm.
kind of see where that came from a little bit.
Some of it for sure.
Like some of it. Yeah, like there's got to be anger, there's got to be resentment, there's got to be, all of that is shoved deep down in there, and I get that.
And I think she was always jockeying for her equal footing with them
Yeah.
because she always saw herself unequal because of the kid thing.
Yes.
Which is why she demanded the 5-bedroom house and the wet spa and
Which is
the
ridiculous.
Americana craft room. Yeah, it's absolutely
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
But we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what could have fixed that, Amanda? A little bit of therapy.
Well, they had Nancy.
Please. You know what I want you guys, you know what I have put the call out for. You go to
Mhm.
Nancy's house, you hold the sign, a la Love Actually, and it just says, "Nancy, you have made us as a nation unsafe." Why? Just because she taught them the word safe, and I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
over it. All right. So their lifestyle affords Leon siblings. So Mary's happy
Yeah.
about that because Leon wouldn't have
Yeah.
siblings otherwise. And Mary
As an only
says,
child, I envy this. I'm not gonna lie. I envy all of these kids around.
of course. And Mary was not okay. And they're not just, cousins. They are half siblings. So they are
Yeah,
siblings.
absolutely.
And Mary was not okay with her infertility for many years, but she's coming to terms with it now. And my heart breaks for her.
Yeah.
As someone who
My heart breaks
suffered
for her
with
too.
infertility, it's not fun
No.
for anyone. So now we learn that Mary is going to school for psychology to work with at-risk teens.
I really wish something had come of that for her.
I don't even know what to say to this. I forgot it happened.
Oh, I did not. I did not.
I
Because
mean,
remember, she goes to school for a bit, and then at some point, she wants to go back to school during the My Sister Wives Closet era, and
mm,
Robin's devastated.
right, because she needs her to help on My Sister Wives Closet.
And then Robin throws the, if she doesn't stay, I can't have another baby
Yeah,
because I'm
and
so busy with my doodles.
Robin said, "I'm so busy with it, I don't have time to have another baby." Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
I can't
So
deal with that Mary support.
so Mary is the tooth puller, we learn. She pulls Peyton's
Mhm.
tooth, we see this. Now they terrorize Gwendolyn trying to pull her tooth out, and I'm like, "Give her her own body autonomy, like, stop trying to
Yeah,
force her to get her tooth pulled." She's not
she's
ready.
not in. No. Oh god, I remember how I hated that feeling of loose teeth. I
I
hated it.
remember when I
Like,
would
I
pull
liked
my
it at
girl's teeth.
first, but yeah.
Yeah.
Did you pull your girl's teeth?
When I would pull my girl's teeth, I did the same thing Mary did. You get a paper towel, you go in there, twist it and pull.
Yeah.
Comes right out.
Oh.
Yep. So, Kody says Mary has been a real blessing because she was a force in wanting us to live
Mhm.
polygamy. Christine says Mary pulled some strings to get us married. And Janelle says we always joke around that Mary is in mergers and acquisitions. There's my girl with her business terms.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right.
We see them doing some yard work. Kody has his gloves on. I clocked the gloves right from the beginning.
Jeans, a button down, his
Hmm.
gloves, and yard
Hmm.
work.
Hmm. We hear Mary's sister, who was a second wife, died 11 months after her diagnosis with cancer. And her sister
Heartbreaking.
wife helped raise her children and support them. And
Yeah,
Mary says, this, I know if something were to happen to me that Janelle and Christine would stand up and they would raise Leon. And that really comforts
absolutely.
me in the darkness.
That would comfort me too if I thought my child had an immediate mom
100%.
available and someone that they've always seen as a mom. It's not like a new mom.
Right.
It's someone they're totally comfortable with already. That would make me
Right.
feel a lot better.
Yep. Now it's Thursday at 5:45 a.m. and Kody is going to be announcing some big news today.
Big news.
Janelle's working 12 hours. She's working 12-hour days. She probably
She
never sees these kids.
she barely sees these kids.
And you know what? It's 2010. She's probably making $22,000 a year
I know.
because
I
that was
know.
the fucking economy at the time. So Kody gets up to say goodbye to Janelle, and Logan is 15. We learn Savannah is 5. Janelle grew up mainstream Mormon. She knew nothing about
Mhm.
this polygamous stuff, didn't practice it, didn't grow up around it. She says, rewriting history alert, I met Mary's family when I was 19 and Kody a few years later. Amanda, why don't you tell everyone, how did Janelle meet Mary's family and how does she know them?
She knows them really well because she was married to Mary's brother, Adam. I want eyes on this timeline. I need to know day by day. When
Yeah.
did Adam and Janelle meet? When did they marry? When did they divorce? When did she start having eyes on Kody? When did they marry? I need a full
Do
timeline
we
on this.
not have like marriage records and divorce records from them?
I'm sure they exist. Well, I'm making a note.
Make a note, Amanda. Amanda's our
I'm,
researcher.
and sometimes I actually do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, not always.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
You'll do it.
Timeline. This one I'll do. Timeline on Janelle marriage. Okay, continue.
Okay. All right. So Janelle, she was 22 when she realized Kody was a great guy. Well, you know what, Janelle? I'm still waiting for that realization. I'm 47. It's never coming. I'm not coming. It's not coming.
They're coming.
Mm.
Here's the thing, though. If you had met him at 22, Amy, you might have thought he was a good guy.
I would have thought he was a good guy, but I would never have dated him. You know this. He's missing two of the big requirements.
He's
He's
not
not
dirty, and
dirty,
he has a job.
and he doesn't play guitar and he has a job.
Yeah, he was never going to hit your radar.
No. So Janelle leaves and Logan gets up. And when I tell you guys, Logan makes breakfast for his siblings, he makes breakfast.
He's not shoving some toast and some cereal at these
This,
kids. He's got the
no,
flat grill out. He's doing eggs.
this
He's
is like a
talking about how
moon's
many
over
eggs.
my hammy situation. He is making eggs, ham, bacon, hash browns. Like, what?
I wouldn't even do this on a Saturday for the two of us because that's just too much work. This kid, this 15-year-old child is talking about how many eggs his family goes through.
I know. I know.
You could torture my stepson for 20 years and he still would have no idea how many eggs we go through. He'd just be making up numbers. He's got nothing.
You could torture my daughters for 17 years and they wouldn't be able to tell you what the price is of a carton of eggs. Like they wouldn't even be able to estimate. It could be $22, it could be $1.
Yeah. Oh, same.
They
You
wouldn't
would have
know.
no idea how to answer that.
And they work in a grocery store, mine too. Still wouldn't know. So Janelle says, I'm kind of worried about Logan because he's strung a little tight.
Janelle, your son is the only thing holding this family together at this point. Yes, you might want to worry about him a little bit.
And she's like, but this is what happened. Like, he just came out responsible. Like, he just did. I'm like, okay, all right, well.
Okay, some kids do come out responsible, and some kids come out less responsible.
I agree. It sounds like you were responsible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Real responsible.
Yeah. And,
Real
like, I don't think you
responsible,
were parentified, so I think you just came out responsible a little bit. Oh, okay. All right. See, I was
We'll have
not
therapy corner
responsible
one
at
day.
all. At all.
Oh, yeah. By the time I was Logan's age, I had a part-time job. I was doing all of the laundry and all of the ironing in the house. I was making dinner a couple of nights a week, and I was getting myself to school without anybody waking me up.
How did I not get this as a child? Why wasn't Jenny doing half of this shit for me? Why can't my kids do this stuff?
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. My mom talks about her childhood like that because my gram worked, and that was rare in those days. And my mom said she had to come home from school. She had to like do the ironing. She had to like make a full dinner, clean up the dishes. Like she, did her shit. It was like wild. Yeah. Well, now you're a project manager. That makes total sense. Yeah. And you're the project manager of Little Miss Recap.
I am. I'm the project manager of the podcast. I'm the project manager of my house. I'm a professional project manager. I'm also in therapy.
Same, girl. Same. Therapy.
Same therapy.
So Janelle says, shit is expensive. And we see her in her black business lady outfit. And, she's like talking to the kids on the phone and sitting like outside on some campus somewhere. I'm thinking it's like a JCPenney telemarketing center. She's sitting out in the parking lot, like
talking to the kids.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the fact that, she's like, Kody wakes up in the morning to say good morning, but if not, he calls me as soon as he's in the car.
Do you think he's still calling her, Amanda?
No, he's not coming.
No.
He's not coming.
So now we see Janelle brings a dog home for Mary. Do we know about this?
That's Drake.
Is this the dog that gets kicked?
This is the dog that gets kicked. This is the dog that is dying in Las Vegas. They drive back to Lehigh
to bury him. I remember that.
And put the dog down, and Leon is apoplectically sobbing.
I remember that.
As any teen does when their dog dies. As any adult does when their dog dies. Like,
yeah. So now we see Janelle working in the yard. She loves it, she says. She also says that they have to work on their relationships. And she likes seeing Kody take care of the other wives. Like, it warms her heart to see that. Okay.
All of them talk about the fact that Kody being such a good husband to the other ones is part of what makes him attractive.
And I can see that. Like,
I can see it too, but
you and I have talked about this. Like, when you see a man who's a good father, it's attractive.
Sure.
Yes.
But they're all talking about this guy like he's a good husband and a good father.
And he's a piece of trash.
He's garbage, but supposedly he didn't love them and they didn't work. Like,
right.
Yeah. It didn't work.
Okay. So everyone, oh, no, never mind. I almost skipped Christine.
Oh, don't skip. Just like Kody almost
Basement
skipped Christine.
Wife. So Christine gets up and she's getting some chores done. She is pregnant, like waddling.
Oh, she is waddling. She is struggling to breathe. She is pregnant.
We see
Poor
a little
thing.
Gwendolyn, and she's got, like, bedhead, and she's all annoyed that she's getting woken up.
I
Like, these
know.
kids are friggin' cute.
Oh my
And
god. And little
so
Savannah. Oh, little
oh, so cute. The age ranges are Aspen is 14 and, Isabel's 6. And then we're gonna have
for her
Truly.
kids,
For
yeah.
her kids,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
She says, "Kody, Mary, and I were friends for a few years, and I loved him tons, but it took us years. I always wanted to be a polygamist. I was raised in it." Then we see her ironing. Kody comes in. He says he's lost. He went through the wrong door. Excuse me. And he can't keep track of his clothes. They're all over the house. They're all over the house.
Nothing changes with this man. We still see him running around my little background, running around Coyote Pass like a little pony, looking
Oh,
for his sweatpants.
I wish we had him in your background running around just on loop.
Galloping across the cul-de-sac.
Christine serves Cody's breakfast. We learn about the toaster. And as I said on our episode with Ace and Caitlin, my sister almost burned our house down with the toaster.
Correct.
So,
they kill more people per year than sharks.
Yes. So she is making toast in the oven and she burns it. And I wrote, that's way more dangerous and uses way more electricity than a toaster. But anyway.
Correct. And Peyton's like, Mom, oven's on fire. Like, he doesn't do anything about it.
Typical Peyton. And Cody's like, this is typical Christine, always burning shit. You can tell she wants to punch him right in the face. She tells us how she wanted to be a third wife. We know this about her because it's fun, it's easy. And Kody says Christine has a very demanding schedule because she is mothering 12 kids. And I wrote, what the fuck is Mary doing all day? Is she working? Where is she working at this point?
I don't know if this is when she worked at the trophy shop, because she did work at a trophy shop for a while. I'm not sure where she was working at this point, but she was working and going to school.
Okay. All right. I'll cut her some slack. I'm going to be real honest with you. She's doing the homeschooling and this is too much for me. I would die.
Oh.
Like I can withstand a lot of pressure, but you put me around 12 kids, I'm done.
All day, every day. Christine is a fucking saint.
How old is she at this point? She's got to be almost 30 or in her 30s, right?
She's 38 at this point.
No. This is a 20-year-old's game. Raising a lot of kids and being around a lot of kids and having endless patience and homeschooling.
Let me confirm because I have my Brown family details. Let's make sure here. So the year that Truly was born in 2010, okay? Christine was born in 72.
Okay,
so
I got
she and I
this.
were the same age here. She was 38.
She was 38.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So she just went up a little notch for me because wow.
A little?
Yeah.
She's going up way up here for me. And I always loved her. From the jump, she was my favorite.
I really like Christine, but there's something about Janelle that she calls to me. She calls to me. So Mary compliments Christine and says she is naturally nurturing. And then we learn that they're naming the baby Truly Grace. Okay. Everyone is talking about the big announcement. Christine says she's excited. Mary says Cody's nervous because he's courting a woman. And it's been 16 years. And here's where everybody's life ends. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
The
beginning of the end.
This is the 48th parallel of the Brown family.
There is before the announcement and after the announcement. By the way, when you leaned down like that, you totally disappeared. That was kind of fun. Wee, bye, Amy.
I just
no, this was the beginning of the end.
This is it.
Did Janelle say yet that the reason she can do what she does is because Christine does what she does?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a terrible note taker, so who knows? I might have it.
Okay.
So everybody's talking about the big announcement, blah, blah, blah. He's courting a woman. Her name is Robin. She's 30. She has 3 children, and she grew up in the lifestyle. And Mary says, this is fine. This will be fine.
Everything's great. This is great. Everything's great.
So
Good to
Kody
see
has the
you.
kids all sitting down and he asks them, "Do you remember Robin?" "Yeah." "Do you like Robin?" Everyone's like, "Yeah." And Kody says, "What do you think about having our family grow by 4 more?" And on the couch, Janelle and Mary say they wanted another wife because it was getting kind of boring. And Janelle keeps saying, like, "I knew something was coming. Someone was out there for us." And Christine's like, "You guys are fucking insane. It's fine
Yep.
how it is. Let's not rock the boat. This dude can barely handle us." No.
Christine saw this all going down exactly as it was going to go down. She every every time she expresses anxiety about what's happening, it is exactly what's happening.
100%. So all of the kids, I don't know if you clocked this, all of the kids are very, 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 very excited.
Mhm.
Like nobody's
Leon has
like,
a little bit of puss on their face.
but nobody's like, Robin.
No,
You know what I mean?
no, no.
Everybody's supportive. So Cody's chuckling like an idiot, and Gabriel says, "Go get her, Tiger." Gwen
Yikes.
doesn't understand. So Christine has to, okay, they make it seem like Gwendolyn doesn't understand what's happening and Christine has to
Mhm.
dumb it down for her. That is not what happened. Kody was saying, "Okay, this is great, but Robin hasn't consented." And Gwen says,
Right,
"What does that mean?" That's what she was
right.
asking, like, what does consented mean? Or what does it mean that Robin hasn't consented? But instead, they make Gwen look like an idiot because they're like, "Well, dad is saying," and I'm like, "No, guys."
He's
And Gwen's
dating
like,
another wife.
Gwen's kind of like, "Okay, that's not what
I
I
got
asked."
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
doesn't Logan ask, "Are you engaged already?"
yes.
Yeah,
Yes. He clocked some energy there, didn't he? Mhm.
he sure did.
So then they swear the kids to secrecy because that always works. Asking a bunch of young kids to keep a secret.
Sure.
And Leon's like, Leon's like, "This is kind of weird, but okay." And we are all growing up together and it's going to be different. And Hunter approves. Hunter's like, "Okay, this is fine." McKelty says, "Robin loves everyone." Okay. Logan,
McKelty looks so different. It was
she looks so
interesting to
different.
track the teens. Like, Aspen looks like Aspen,
Yeah. Yeah.
completely.
Mhm.
Logan has changed a bit. He's just
Mhm.
grown into his manliness. Like, he just looks like a young teenager at this
Yes,
point.
I agree. Mhm.
He grows into he becomes a man. But Maddie looks exactly the same.
They do.
Leon looks the same as they did until they transition. Like, they didn't
Right,
change and then
right,
obviously
right, right.
transition.
Yes.
And now Leon and Hunter could be twins.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So before they go to bed, they have a family prayer. All the
Mhm.
kids hug and kiss Kody, and he says, "I have to do a bed check every night and say goodnight to every single one of them to make sure they're still breathing." This is what I'm talking about. You can't raise these kids a certain way with like such a hands-on dad and then just rip
Mhm.
it away and expect
Yeah.
them to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, drives me crazy. Okay.
He was such a different dad to them before
He,
Robin.
he was a different person.
Yeah.
So Robin and Kody have been courting for 3 months. Robin is 4 hours away.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So the wives are pissed because they're like, and what is he doing? You're telling me he's driving 4 hours, picking her up. They're going to Salsa Bravo,
Hot
and then
chocolate
he's
and
dropping her right back
chimichanga.
off.
Yeah.
He is
Oh,
totally 100% banging her.
yes. That Lexus has seen a lot.
Mm.
Because he can't
Rob,
come back and bang her because his
no.
daughters are there.
Yes, he's got a banger in the Lexus. Like I told
Mhm.
Ace and Caitlin, you don't want to put a blue
Get a
light back
black light.
there. Mm-mm. Is it a
Yeah.
black light?
No, it's a blue light. Yeah. Black
Mm.
light. I don't know. You don't want anything
Black
to look
light,
at
you're mixing
you in
up with your clubbing days, Amanda.
it. Yes.
So Robin says Cody's my soulmate while she's standing next to her big Jesus calendar. She's like, "He's my soulmate. I love him." And Kody says, "The wives don't like a girlfriend. They don't like that. So we got to get
Right.
through this." And we see them on a date and they're making jokes and they're having hot chocolate.
Right.
And
Whew, with a
Christine
little
says,
whipped cream.
we end with Christine saying, "I'm not a boat rocker. I don't like my boat rocked."
Mhm.
That's it.
And
That's
her
it.
boat is about to be overtaken by a tsunami named Robin.
So, moment of the episode for me
Okay.
is, and I think we should do one of these when we can. The
Okay.
moment of the episode for me is Robin saying Kody is my soulmate, because that is the beginning of soulmate.
Yes.
And there we go.
Yes.
There we go. And I
Yeah.
often have to wonder, because Christine talks about how she senses that Kody is her, or that Kody and Robin are soulmates, or did she watch this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that put that idea into her head. I don't know.
I think it was there already, because she talks about Kody getting ready to see Robin, and he's all like, "Woo!" And she's like, "You're lovesick."
Yeah.
And that was before this happened, before they started filming.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I did a little deep diving.
Okay.
Okay. So
Is this a surprise?
I'm calling it no, but I'm calling this
Oh.
the more you know. Do you want the surprise
Okay.
first, or do you want the more you know first?
I'm going to leave it to you. You know what both of these things are, so.
Okay, you know what? Let's do our surprise. So here's a surprise. Here's a surprise. So I reached out to a certain foreign faction, if you will, and asked them to leave a message for Kody in 2010. And this is what I got back.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Kody, this is the manosphere. We're coming to you from the year 2024. I know you don't know us yet, but we will soon be very, very close. Listen, we are also watching Sister Wives from the beginning with Amye and Amanda, and we have some thoughts. We need to reach you. We need you to hear us, Kody. Listen, this episode shows us Christine was never easy. You want life to be easy, Christine? Save your grocery money and go start your own cult. Just because you're pregnant with Kody's 37th child doesn't give you a right to complain. You try working 20 hours a week in advertising and driving around in a Lexus and being forced to sleep with 3 women. And Gabriel telling you to go get him, Tiger? What does that mean? Does he think you're not capable of rounding up your own women? Keep an eye on that one, Kody. I think he's trying to muscle you out of your own bedroom. And Mary, she's so good at pulling teeth. Well, get ready. Because getting her to give up that legging money is going to require some real teeth pulling in the future. Manosphere out.
Okay, so that was the manosphere coming at us from. It's going again.
Stop it.
That was the manosphere coming at us from current day. Speaking back, so the manosphere is going to be doing this rewatch with us.
Oh, I'm excited. This is great.
And
this is not what I've expected.
They're slightly terrifying.
Yeah, they are. It's a little, yeah.
But they don't forget, they have to try to reach back in time to Kody and fix it.
Do you think this is what the Galactics sound like?
It's either the Galactics or a $2.99 app called Voice Changer.
Oh,
on the App Store.
It could be that too.
I'm not sure. Could be either or.
Could be either or. Got it. Well,
Amanda, I worked for weeks on this.
The question is that you talking? Okay. For a split second, I thought it might be Timmy. You might have employed him to do this work, but okay, that was amazing.
That's
I'm excited that the manosphere is joining us.
Yeah, really the manosphere has the manosphere has a real cocky feel to them, don't they?
They feel a little puffed up in themselves.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Okay, so I want to look at, in the beginning, Kody says they're not part of the fundamentalist church. So which church are they a part of? So they belong to the Apostolic United Brethren, the AUB, as we know.
Yep.
They are a Mormon fundamentalist group that practices polygamy. They have had a temple in Mexico since at least the 1990s and an endowment house in Utah since the early 1980s, and several other locations of worship to accommodate their members in the United States, Wyoming, Arizona, and Montana.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't generally call themselves the Apostolic United Brethren Church. They refer to it as the work, the priesthood, or the group. Those
Oh,
outside
this
the
is
faith,
even cultier.
yeah, those outside the faith sometimes call them the all red group.
Okay.
And if all red sounds familiar, it's because
Mm-hmm.
Christine comes from that family.
Right.
So,
And we also met the all reds on some all reds on Seeking Sister Wife.
oh yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, two of its presidents shared that surname. Members of the AUB do not refer to their organization as a church. And unlike nearly all other Mormon fundamentalist group, they regard the LDS as a legitimate, if not wayward and diminished, divine institution. So they were, let me see. Oh, here. Religious scholar J. Gordon Melton characterized the group as the more liberal branch of the fundamentalist movement.
Mm-hmm.
They allow sexual relations apart from the strict purpose of procreation.
You get to bang for fun if you're in the
Mhm,
AUB.
mhm. As of 1998, there are approximately 10,000 members of the AUB, most of whom reside in Utah and Mexico, and the headquarters is in Utah, where it has a chapel, a school, archives, and a sports field. They have communities in, and it goes through a bunch of little towns. So one is
Okay.
Lovell, Wyoming. Is that where they were?
Say the name of it again.
Lovell, Wyoming? I forget what the other
That's where Kody grew up, I think,
Okay. All right.
or near there.
So, they tend to integrate with their surrounding communities much more so than other Mormon fundamentalists. This can be largely attributed to the AUB's former prophet, Owen Alred. So, as we know, like the Mormon religion believes in current day prophets. That's why they call
Yeah.
themselves the Latter day Saints. So, Owen Allred and his desire to be upfront with local law enforcement and the news media, especially when it came to ending rumors of underage arranged marriages. So they were plagued by the same thing that most of these polygamous cultures are, underage girls, all
Right.
this kind of stuff.
They're
And
not Warren Jeffs, but they get painted with that
right.
brush.
So Owen Allred is like, dude, I want to be open. I want you all to come in and see what's going on here to prove that that's not happening.
And actually, at that point, it
Um,
would have been Rulon Jeffs,
yes,
Warren's father.
yes. So the AUB regards the Book of Mormon as sacred sacred scripture,
Scripture.
in
Yes.
addition to the Bible, and accepts the articles of faith written by Joseph Smith to summarize Latter-day Saint beliefs. They teach that the LDS Church is still fulfilling a divine role in spreading the Book of Mormon and other basic doctrines of Mormonism in facilitating genealogy. So they're basically set apart by their belief in plural marriage and what is commonly called the 1886 meeting. And that is the 1886 revelation is a text of a revelation said to have been received by John Taylor, third president of the LDS, which states the permanence of plural marriage.
Yeah.
Other key beliefs include the United Order, the Adam God doctrine, and the exclusion of Black people from priesthood.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. I mean,
So
the
while
LDS Church excluded Black people from the priesthood till the 70s.
Yeah. So while not all members take part, and I'm not saying people of color because they specifically say Black people. So
Correct. Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
while not all members
Mexicans are clearly fine.
Sure. While not all members take part in plural marriage, it is considered a crucial step in the quest of obtaining the highest glory in heaven. So that's celestial kingdom. So that is their religion. So there was some scandals. I won't get too deep into them, but one of the guys was a Secret Service agent and he was involved in Watergate. So I'm just going to throw that
Oh,
out there.
investigating Watergate or covering up Watergate?
Covering up.
Oh, good.
Cool. So there's that. So that's it. That's what religion they belong to, the AUB.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. I learned some stuff about them that I did not know.
So hopefully when we come back next week with episode 2, you'll have answers to your research, which is what are you
Yes.
researching again?
I am researching the Janelle marriage timeline situation.
Thank you. Yes.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. So that's it. We've said it all.
We have. This is fun. I'm so excited to be doing this finally.
Are you happy the manosphere is coming in?
I'm really psyched about the manosphere. I was not expecting them to be a part of this, and I think it'll really add to it. I think it'll really add to it. And I like the voice that the manosphere has.
The
It feels
manosphere has
authoritative.
real creepy voice. Real creepy voice.
Real creepy. As well he should. It should.
Yes.
They should.
Um,
Whatever.
they
I don't know
go
what the
by
pronouns are of the manosphere.
they, them. They, them.
They, them. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. The manosphere would be he, him, because they wouldn't
That's
recognize any other pronouns.
Right. Sure.
Guys, if you haven't already, join our Facebook group. Let me throw that up so you can see it. Backdoor
There you
Friends,
are.
and I'll put the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to us. Every episode going forward will just be on Patreon, Supercast, or Apple subscriptions. This is just a freebie to enjoy the start of our rewatch. And as soon as Amanda has her mic, which she will be working on, we will be back to our normal sound. It's always something with these mics. Half the time it's mine, half the time, who knows? Whatever. But we're doing the best we can.
Yes.
And
we're
we
getting
did the
through.
best. Yeah. So thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, everyone.
Bye from Coyote Pass.
Bye from the cul-de-sac.